Hello and welcome to today's morning report with me, Richard Perrin, market analyst at Handtech Markets on Thursday the 13th of November. These European stock markets have started on the front foot, and that's sort of retracing some of the losses that they saw yesterday, and that's sort of been coming about after this Eurozone inflation data, which has come out broadly just slightly better than expected. Several of the countries came in line with expectations, but a couple came in just slightly ahead, and sort of that's now provided a little bit of support for the DAX, and also the euro has gained on the back of that. For example, Germany, although the month-on-month inflation fell 0.3%, the actual year-on-year was in line with expectations at 0.8%. France was flat month-on-month, but its actual inflation data for the year climbed slightly to 0.5% from 0.4%, and also Spain improved very slightly from negative 0.2 to negative 0.1. So that's sort of, as I said, provided a little bit of support for these European markets. And the impact on the FX markets has been broadly in line, really. I mean, there's not really been a huge amount of movement on the dollar today. Pretty much across the board, flat or net flat against these major pairs. But other than that, against the euro, it is slightly weaker. So, and that's after that inflation data. So broadly, the dollar is sort of consolidating still in this range. It's not really done a great deal throughout this week, actually. Up a little bit, down a bit, and then up a bit again. So it's sort of in this consolidation phase and not really finding any real direction. Maybe the markets are going to be looking towards this Eurozone growth data that's coming out towards the end of the week. Eurozone growth has been a big impact on markets in recent weeks. Or certainly was one of the factors behind the big sell-off that we saw in October. So we could see some movement on that after the Eurozone growth tomorrow. But maybe markets are a little bit pensive in front of that in terms of the forex. Anyway, in terms of the stock markets, as I said, bit of a rebound, and I'll just show you the VIX index, because that's I think quite interesting, the fact that we have been continuing to fall away on the VIX as the S&P, for example, has climbed higher, but the S&P is slightly now treading water slightly, and just leads to a few questions as to whether that's going to be the precursor to a bit of a correction. In terms of market data today, we've only really got the jobless claims now. The Eurozone inflation is out of the way. Jobless claims at 130, 280,000 expected. But we do have a series of Fed speakers. We've got Janet Yellen, Charlie Prosser, and Narayana Kocherlakota speaking today. Pretty much they are dovish as we speak. And yes, so it'll be interesting to see how this all goes, and what impact that will have on the dollar. But that's this afternoon. Until then, my chart of the day actually is the DAX, and I did the DAX just looking at yesterday's price action, really. But we saw the DAX breaking this big uptrend, this big recovery uptrend that we've been in since the bottom in mid-October. It's broken that uptrend now, so it's now entered into this consolidation phase of sideways movement. And if I show you on the intraday chart, that consolidation sideways movement that we've seen has got the prospect of becoming a top pattern. The 91.48 key support that has been in place on the DAX is the key level that would mark a neckline of that top pattern if it were to break. Now, the interesting thing over in the early trading day today has come with a rebound in the DAX, which sort of continues this consolidation phase over the last couple of weeks almost now. But we need to break back above that 94.01 resistance on the DAX to really sort of start to to continue the continue the bull phase. But certainly until that is seen, above 94.01, you could question whether this is going to be turning into a bit of a top pattern, perhaps. You're looking at these moving averages; they have rolled over, and certainly are suggesting that the DAX has lost upside impetus at the moment. And also looking at these momentum indicators on the hourly chart as well. This RSI dipped below the mid 30s for the first time really since early October or mid October. And interestingly also I saw as well the fact that the MACD lines are now below neutral, and for the first time since mid-October as well. So a couple of reasons why maybe the this correction in the DAX, or this consolidation in the DAX, could turn out to be a factor of losing momentum and possibly a top pattern. But 91.49 is that key support. It obviously remains intact for now, but it's something we need to keep an eye on in the next few days. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on DAX today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.